Hey everybody, it is Mr. Cognetti again today with math lesson number 18 for Module 6. Today we are just going to be looking at other students' work and talking through it and talking about how they solved a certain problem. So the problem we're looking at today is 58 plus 37, and well, this student has it equaling 95. Some students have it a little different, okay? So I have all the work on the board. We are just going to go through, and normally we'd be talking about this, but you guys are going to listen to me, and I'm going to walk through each one of these problems and see what method they used. Each one of these methods that we're going to be looking at, you have learned, okay? So we can solve a problem, like you've heard me say this before, but we can solve a problem with a lot of different methods. I like teaching a bunch of different methods because then you get to pick which one you like the most, which one works best for you. So we're going to look at these students and their work, all right? So this one up here, we have 58 plus 37 equals 95. Now, did they use quick 10 drawings for this? No, we can tell because there's no lines and no circles to show our quick 10s. What they did is they did a number bond. All right, we can see that from their number bond. And they split 37 up into 2 and 35. They didn't split it up into its 10s and 1s. They didn't take 30 and 7. They put 2 and 5. Which you might be thinking, well, why did they do that? Why did they choose to take 2 out of the 35? Well, that comes down to where they wanted to make this 58 into an even multiple of 10. And they knew that 8 plus 2 will give them another 10. So that's where knowing our real simple, smaller math facts comes in handy. Because he knew, well, if 8 plus 2 equals 10, so then 58 plus 2 is going to bring us to our next group of 10. So that's where you can see he took he or she, I don't know, took the 58 and the 2 and they added it together. 58 plus 2 and they got 60, okay? So once they got 60, that means that they used the 2 and they used the 58. So those can't be used anymore. They also already took the 37 and split it into 2 groups, so we can't use 37 anymore. So what this person did next was they took the 60 that they added on, or that they got by adding 58 and 2, and they realized, well, they still have this 35 that we need to add on. So they brought all these numbers down here. They did 60 plus 35 equals 95. So we had 6 plus 3 equals 9, 0 plus 5 equals 5. So they got 95. I like that answer. I think that's a good answer. I think that student was correct. So they used the number bond. They split it and they took whatever they needed to add on to 58 to make a group of 10, they took it from the 37. So that's student A. That is how they solved this problem. Does this problem work? Do you think you'd be allowed to use this method? Yes, you would. Absolutely. Let's look at the next student. Because they did the same method, but a little bit different. Hold on, my lights went off. Turn them back on. There we go. All right, so this student used the same method, but did it a little differently. Did they split up 30 into 32 and 35 this time? No, they didn't. They took the 10s and they took the 1s. So we have 3 10s, which makes 30, 7 1s, which makes 7. So then they took the 58 plus the 30. They did that right here, and they got 88. They added across. They added the 5 10s plus 3 10s and got 8 10s. They added the 8 10s plus 8 1s plus 0 1s equals 8 1s. So boom, we're done using the number 37 because we split it into 2. We just used 30, and we just used 58. So now we have 88. That's not our answer. We still have this 7 left that we need to add on to the 88. So that's why they did 88 plus 7. And got 95. This person got the same answer. I like their method as well. Okay. So this person just split up 37 a little bit differently. Instead of pulling what they needed from 37 to make this into a multiple of 10, they just made this into a multiple of 10, making it 30. All right, and the reason we do that is because it's easier to add just multiples of 10. It's easier to add 3 10s onto something rather than 3 10s and 7 1s. That gets a little bit more confusing. All right, Next one I want to look at. This is what we've been working on a lot lately. So, this person, if we notice, got a different answer. They got 85. Maybe the other two students were wrong and this one's right. Maybe I made a mistake. Let's look. We have 58 plus 37. This is the picture they had drawn out. 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there 5 tens? Yep. There's 8 ones. Do we have 8 ones drawn out right here? We have 5 and 3. That makes 8. Then we have the number 37. We have 3 tens. Do we have 3 tens right there? Yes, we do. It's looking good so far. And 7 ones. Do we have 7 ones right here? 5 and 2. Yes, that makes 7. Okay, so the picture's looking good so far. Let's look at once they combined it into one giant picture. So they had 5 tens plus 3 tens. 5 plus 3 is 8. Let's see if they drew 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, we got 8 tens right there. Now, we have 8 ones plus 7 ones. They have their 8 ones right here, and then there's 7 ones. Okay? Drew a little differently than how I do. I like to fill that in. But however, they did make a group of 10 here. They noticed 8 and 2 make 10, so they circled it. Okay? So then they wrote out their answer with 8 tens and 5 ones, because there are 5 ones left over. Is that correct? I don't think so. And let me show you why. Because I think, where do you think they went wrong? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they wrote 8 tens. And then 5 ones, wrote 5 ones. But I think they forgot this whole 10 right here. That's that extra 10 that they have to add on. We have 8 plus this one more 10 to get that 9th 10. Then over here, they did the same problem. They did 8 plus 7 and got 5, supposedly. And then 5 plus 3 equals 8. But 8 plus 7 doesn't equal 5. It equals 15. So they put the 5 in the ones place, but they never carried that 1 over to here. 5 plus 3 equals 8, but then plus this 1 more should have made this a 9 for 95. So was this student correct? They weren't. However, we were able to figure out exactly where they went wrong because they drew out all this awesome work. This is why we need to show our work. We can figure out where we made the mistake. We can go back and fix it, and then next time we're not going to make that mistake. I'm able to tell that, oh, they just didn't add on that extra group of 10, so that's what we need to focus on. So that's why we want to show all of our work. All right, I got one more method for us right here. This person used 2 number bonds. They really wanted to work with groups of 10. However, this is very similar to what we do when we write the numbers like this. 58 plus 37. This is very similar. They split each number into its tens and its ones. We have 5 tens. What does 5 tens equal? It equals 50. We have 8 ones, and that's just 8. Over here we have 3 tens, which equals 30, and 7 ones for 7. And then just like we do over here, we add the tens together and we add the ones together. We do the ones first, then the tens. They added the tens together, so they did 5 tens or 50 plus 30 and got 80. And then they added the ones together. 8 and 7 got 15. This is where then they took their answers from here and they had to add those together because we need the tens and the ones together. So we have 8 tens or 80 plus our 15 ones. And then if we add across here, we do 8 tens plus 1 10. And we get our 9. And then we do 0 ones plus 5 ones. And we get our 5. Okay? That 110 is that extra 10 that we had to remember to move over. Let me slide this over so we can see me. Right here when we're doing this, we do. Let me get rid of this so it's not confusing us. 8 plus 7. We know that 8 plus 7 is 15. They solved that for us. So this is where we put the 5 down here and we carry that 1 over here. So here's the 110 for 15. Here's the 5 ones. Okay? Now we have to do 5 plus 3 plus that one more. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus this extra 10, and we get our ninth 10. So the answer is 95. So I think that one student who got 85, they were the only ones who did this improperly, but their method was still really good. They used their quick 10 drawings. Every other method used by the students was a good method to use, and they got the correct answer. They're all very similar. Can you think of anything that's similar in between all these methods? What? They might have done it in different ways, but what did they all do? They all paid attention to the tens place and the ones place. They added the tens together with each other, and they added the ones together from both numbers. You take the tens from one number and the tens from the other number, and we add them together. And that's what all these methods focused on doing, and that's what I want you guys to focus on doing when you're solving these problems, all right? Add the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens. All right, and don't forget, when you make another group of 10 with those ones, you got to make sure that 10 goes over into the tens place. You can't leave it in the ones place. Awesome. Okay, guys, thanks for going through those problems with me. Today's a little bit shorter of a lesson because I took a lot of your time the other day. But you guys are doing great. Good luck with your homework, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.